The young couple visible in this CCTV footage is seen entering the Royal Living 3-star hotel located on 12th Cross Road, Indiranagar, Bengaluru. Although the video quality isn't very clear, it is evident that the girl is smiling and appears happy. The boy, wearing a cap, gestures for her to sit on the sofa in the reception room. He then proceeds to the reception counter to make an online payment for booking a room. Meanwhile, the girl remains busy on her phone while sitting on the sofa. After completing the check-in formalities and payment, the couple heads toward their hotel room. They had only 2 small handbags as luggage and had booked the room for just 1 day. However, the next day, November 24, 2022, when they hadn't checked out by 11 a.m., the reception called their room. The boy answered and requested to extend their stay for another day. The same scenario repeated the next morning, November 25th, with the boy once again extending their stay for another day. This wasn't unusual, as people sometimes extend their stay beyond the initially planned duration. But what caught the staff's attention was that except for the first day, the couple hadn't ordered any food from room service or online delivery services in the past 2 days. The couple was supposed to check out that morning. However, at 8:19 a.m., the boy was seen leaving the hotel alone, casually using his phone and without carrying any luggage. The hotel staff didn't suspect anything unusual at that time. 4 hours later, at around 12:15 p.m., the receptionist, aware of their scheduled checkout, called the room's landline. The phone rang but went unanswered. Then the receptionist tried calling the boy's registered mobile number, but it was switched off. Growing suspicious, a hotel staff member went to their room, knocked on the door, and called out, but received no response. When he tried opening the door with a master key, he was surprised to find the door unlocked. As he pushed the door open, a strong foul smell hit him. Covering his nose, he peeked inside and was horrified. On the bed lay the blood-soaked body of the girl. Shocked, he immediately informed the hotel staff. Within moments, the police, forensic experts, and media arrived at the scene. The once cozy hotel room, a favorite for couples, had turned into a crime scene. The decomposed state of the body indicated that the murder had occurred at least 2 days prior, which explained the foul odor. Blood was splattered on the bed, the blanket, and the floor. A mobile phone was found on the bed, and a yellow nylon rope was lying nearby on the floor. The police also discovered several cigarette butts in the room. Based on the ID proofs found with the victim and the entries in the hotel register, the girl was identified as Maya Gogoi Deka and the boy as Arav Hanoai. Arav was missing from the scene. The body was sent for post-mortem while the police began investigating the case. CCTV footage from the hotel and surrounding areas revealed that Maya was last seen alive at the hotel. Little did she know that the place she had entered happily would turn into the site of her untimely death. 19-year-old Maya Gogoi was from Kailash Nagar in Guwahati, but had been living in a rented apartment in Bengaluru's HSR layout with her elder sister. After completing her education at Handik College in Guwahati, she worked as a student counselor at an education consultancy firm in Koramangala, Bengaluru. Maya was cheerful and outgoing by nature. She also ran a YouTube channel where she reviewed beauty and cosmetic products. Her family adored her, and she was the life of their home. Just 2 months before her death, on September 27, 2022, Maya had visited Guwahati for a wedding. None of her loved ones imagined that her life would end so tragically and so soon. While awaiting Maya's post-mortem report, the Bengaluru police began searching for the suspect, Arav Hanoai. Preliminary investigations revealed that 21-year-old Arav was from Thotada, a small town in Kannur, Kerala. Arav had recently moved to Bengaluru and was working as an intern student counselor in a private company, earning a stipend of 15,000 per month. The police obtained his call data records, CDRs, and tracked his mobile number. CCTV footage confirmed that Arav had left the hotel on the morning of November 26 at 8:19 a.m. without carrying any bags. Further investigation of his CDRs revealed that after leaving the hotel, he booked a cab via a mobile app and headed to the railway station. Arav switched off his phone right after that. When the police questioned the cab driver, they discovered that Arav had gotten off at Majestic railway station. His phone was intermittently switched on, likely to make online payments, which turned out to be beneficial for the police. After leaving Bengaluru, Arav's location showed up in Raichur, North Karnataka. To apprehend him, DCP East D. Devaraj formed 3 teams. One team was sent to his home in Kerala, where his retired army veteran grandfather lived. The second team went to Raichur, where Arav's last location was detected, and the third collected technical information. Meanwhile, Maya's post-mortem report arrived, shocking everyone. Maya had deep injuries on her shoulders and head, and her chest bore over 10 stab wounds from a kitchen knife. One of the wounds was so severe that it caused her death. According to the report, Maya died on November 24th, the same day she checked into the service apartment with Arav. It was suspected that she was murdered the very next day. Arav became the prime suspect, but catching him wasn't easy. He never stayed in one place for long and used public transport to evade being tracked. The accused, originally from Kerala, traveled across North Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, and various cities in Uttar Pradesh before reaching Varanasi. In Varanasi, Arav called his grandfather and confessed to murdering a girl. Bengaluru police had already reached his grandfather in Kerala. His grandfather lovingly persuaded him to surrender, reasoning that running away wouldn't help. Being only 21 years old and not a professional criminal, Arav finally decided to return to Karnataka. On the morning of November 29th, around 4 a.m., Bengaluru police arrested Arav near Devanahalli. The Bengaluru police arrested 21-year-old Arav Hanoai, the prime suspect in the murder of Assam-based blogger Maya Gogoi. However, the case wasn't as straightforward as it seemed. During interrogation, Arav immediately confessed to killing Maya but refused to reveal the motive, calling it a personal matter. Despite the police's persistent efforts, he wouldn't disclose the reason behind the crime. When Arav surrendered, his body language and mental state were unusual. He seemed scared, quiet, and withdrawn. DCP Devaraj, who led the case, noticed this and decided to take a different approach during the interrogation. The police brought him to the crime scene and began asking about his personal life, his relationship with Maya, and the events between November 23rd and 26. Slowly, the entire picture of the crime began to unfold. Arav was born in Kannur, Kerala. His grandfather, an army veteran, raised him. His parents divorced during his childhood, and he initially stayed with his mother. However, after she remarried twice and both marriages ended in divorce, Arav moved in with his grandfather. Arav met Maya on Bumble in March 2024, just 6 months before the murder. At the time, Maya was working in Bengaluru, while Arav was pursuing a BBA in Kerala. After failing several subjects, he couldn't complete his degree. Maya invited him to Bengaluru and helped him get an internship at a private company. Living in the same city brought them closer, and their friendship turned into a relationship. Everything seemed fine until one day, Arav asked Maya to move in with him. He assumed she would agree after months of dating, but she refused outright. Maya was extroverted, cheerful, and friendly, with a large circle of friends. Arav, on the other hand, was introverted and had no friends. Maya was his first love and only friend, which made him feel insecure. Coming from a small town like Todada in Kannur, Arav struggled to adjust to Bengaluru's fast-paced lifestyle. The stark contrast between their upbringings and backgrounds only heightened his insecurities. Maya's social nature and her large friends circle became a source of discomfort for Arav. In her circle, Maya's male friends were a growing source of insecurity for Arav. This insecurity often led to restrictions, which escalated into frequent fights. Arav, unwilling to lose Maya, proposed that they move in together. However, Maya, who was living with her elder sister, refused to move in with Arav. Arav suspected there was another reason behind her refusal. He told the police that he believed Maya was talking to other men and feared she might leave him. Maya's refusal to move in further disturbed Arav. Desperate, he requested Maya to spend at least one day with him. Unfortunately, Maya gave in to his insistence and agreed to spend a day with him at a hotel. She even lied to her elder sister, claiming she was staying out for an office party. This decision proved to be fatal for Maya. On November 23rd, everything seemed normal when Arav and Maya checked into the hotel. While Arav was completing the booking formalities and payment, Maya was sitting on the sofa, engrossed in her phone. Arav later told the police that she was chatting with someone, which triggered another argument between them. Arav accused Maya and advised her to reduce her phone usage. This small argument quickly escalated into a heated fight. Arav, already insecure and suspicious of Maya, took her reaction as confirmation of his doubts. The rage and insecurities brewing inside him led to a terrible decision. That evening, Arav ordered a kitchen knife and a nylon rope through an online delivery app. First, he strangled Maya with the nylon rope. Then, in a fit of uncontrollable anger, he stabbed her multiple times with the kitchen knife, killing her. The post-mortem report revealed deep injuries on Maya's head and shoulders, indicating that she had fought back. Arav's multiple stabbings, classified as overkill in forensic medicine and criminal psychology, reflected his intense emotions: extreme anger, jealousy, and unresolved personal conflicts. Initially, this crime appeared premeditated. However, further investigation suggested otherwise. Arav hadn't planned to kill Maya, as evidenced by the fact that he provided his real personal details at the hotel reception. After committing the murder, he stayed in the room with Maya's body for 2 days, smoking cigarette after cigarette. Arav confessed to the police that he realized his grave mistake and attempted to take his own life several times using the nylon rope. However, his courage failed him each time. When the smell of the decomposing body became unbearable, Arav fled the hotel on the morning of November 26. At the time of his escape, he had only 100 in his pocket, which limited his ability to stay on the run. Arav later confessed that he expected the police to look for him in Bengaluru and his home state, Kerala. To mislead them, he traveled to Raichur in North Karnataka, then to Madhya Pradesh, and finally to Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. Although Arav cited personal reasons for his actions, the revelations surrounding this case point to deeper issues. Arav was deeply scarred by his upbringing. His parents' divorce, his mother's 2 marriages, and the toxic environment at home left him emotionally wounded. He feared abandonment, believing that anyone who entered his life would eventually leave him. But none of these reasons justify such an act. Maya never imagined that Arav could take her life. She was as carefree as anyone would be in her situation, because no one expects that someone close to them would take such an extreme step. Perhaps Arav felt an emotional void all his life. When Maya entered his life, he believed she could fill that void and became overly attached to her. But life does not work according to our desires or expectations. People come and go, some stay, while others leave. The most precious thing is your own life, your future. No one should ever take a step that leaves only lifelong regret. So this was today's case. Take care of yourself. We'll meet again with another case soon. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your love and support.